It is lap 1. We have 27 laps ahead of us. 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. A few cars have jumped to start the AlphaTauri. And Leroy there at the back, the Williams, as we all head down towards turn 1. They're all 3 abreast back there, jockeying for position in turn 1. Lewis has lost a place to Marcus there in 3rd place as they all go through. And Schender leads from Marcus, then comes Lewis, and that is King Enzo trying to make up moves on the first lap as they all head down towards the second chicane as they go through. And the AlphaTauri bounces over the curbs, and he goes wide and into the gravel. And the AlphaTauri, who had jumped the start there, has been launched into the air, and that's a horrendous start for him as he tries to make up places once again on AMC F33. Or sorry, that's Renault. Gaming it off in the background. That is the Scuderia Ferrari, ending his team's home race in the barriers on the first lap. And now we have a virtual safety car after a hectic first lap here in Monza. Lewis and Bethel going at it down the straight. Neither of them have DRS at this moment in time. Into the braking zone, into the first chicane. The Renault's got the outside line going through the second corner on the exit. Batboy gets ahead. And on the outside, that is TRT Foss, who now has a drive-through penalty. TRT Foss serving that drive-through penalty. That will put him near on last place, and he will have a big task to go through all those cars and try to get some points here in Italy. What a brilliant switchback that move that is. Wow. As he goes down the short little straight, and he is ahead of Batboy Lewis up into the podium places. Oh, and spinning off. That is AMC F33, and that has not gone as well as he would have hoped as he spins it out of Lesmo 1. And he has big front wing damage. And that is absolute disaster for the Racing Point driver. And now he's going to go for a move. Batboy trying to snatch his second place back from Lewis into turn 1, and he's got that place before the braking zone. And also side by side there, the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. The Haas, can he get a good switchback move? No, but he does get good traction out of the third corner there as he goes around the outside into the long right-hander, down the short little straight into the next chicane. Who's going to come on top of this battle? It looks like the Haas will, and yes, he does. Oh, he's going wide and he's lost it. Oh dear, Lewis has hit the barrier and has lost his front wing. And spinning around and into the grass he goes. And that will definitely not do anything good for his chances in the World Championship. As now he's going to fall down and he's going to lose the place to Melvin on the inside in Lesmo 2. That is absolute disaster for Lewis. And again, another car spinning off and hitting the barrier. That is Jonah, as he might have lost some body work as well. And now we have a safety car for Leroy, who looks like he has crashed out of a Scari. And we've seen that happen to a few cars last season, and it's happened again. Let's see what happened to Leroy going into a Scari. Everything looks good, okay. It doesn't look like he got a puncture or anything. He gets onto that curb and he spins around, and that is a very similar crash to ones that we've seen in the past. We've got about 15 laps of racing left, and the safety car is coming in. And Schender leads from Batboy. Then comes Lewis. That is your top 3. The Haas is just outside the top 3. Can he make any gains? Into turn 1, it doesn't look like he can because he's a bit further back. Or can he? Because he's got that slipstream. As well as Batboy. Gonna go for a move on Schender. Schender around the outside trying to defend from the Alfa Romeo. Can he? But on the exit, that's a great exit from Batboy. He's still hanging in there on the inside. Schender really needs to be careful here because he's still got that podium. But Batboy is just ahead, and he takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix and off the track. That is the racing point of Renault Gaming, as he waits for everyone to come back onto the circuit and go ahead of him before he rejoins. And there's contact there between the Renault and the Alfa Tauri. and that is not very good from both of them. It is very clumsy stuff from all of them. And it's side by side, going into Ascari, the Ferrari on the outside of the Alfa Romeo. On the exit, can the Ferrari do anything to get the Alfa Romeo? If he could, the Tifosi would go absolutely crazy, but he's a bit too far back now. Can the Mercedes make a move on the Ferrari? I don't think so. On this occasion, going through Parabolica, the McLaren gets a great exit on the Red Bull, and the Red Bull is going to go very defensive. Melvin goes very defensive, tries to push the McLaren to the inside. I wonder if that will work. Down into the first chicane, but no, it doesn't work, and defense has to turn into attack for Melvin because the McLaren gets ahead, and now the Ferrari loses out to the Mercedes. But can he get him back? I don't think so on this occasion, because he doesn't have the speed and he doesn't have the grip against the Mercedes. Down into the second chicane, and there's also a battle going on behind as the Racing Point pushes the McLaren a bit wider, and he kicks up a load of dust. Now we go down the straight. He has DRS, and he is up into 7th place. TRT Foss making gains already. Now George is going for a move on Melvin. They made wheel-to-wheel contact. Double lock-up for George, and now he's going to lose the place back to Melvin, and he's going to lose another place to TRT Foss. TRT Foss's teammate couldn't do it, but can TRT Foss do it? Yes, he can. He gets past Melvin. Down the straight they go with Slipstream. That was a very easy pass, and up into podium places for Marcus. George now gets past Melvin. Melvin fighting back. Down the inside he goes, but George just cuts him off. George almost cuts the corner. I think he did cut the corner a little bit, and that really helps Melvin to the inside. Side by side through the Lesbos. This is an intense battle. Wheel to wheel, he locks up. Melvin goes through, and George looks like he might have gone off the track a little bit. And yes, he does, and he loses 1 and 2 and 3 places. And now we've got a safety car. And AMCF 33 almost ran into the back of Melvin. The safety car will be out for another lap. And what is Bad Boy doing? He's past the safety car, and now he's coming into the pits. And whoa, he almost hit the barrier, and he has been disqualified for passing the safety car under safety car conditions. I have never seen that before. The leader has retired from the race. He is out of the Italian Grand Prix, but he led it. Oh my goodness me. I have never, ever seen that happen. So with the leader out of the race, it leaves King Enzo in first. The safety car is away. The green flags are waving. King Enzo is away. And Shender is in second. Then comes Marcus, TRT Foss, Melvin. Then comes Jonah. Then AMCF 33. He is still warming up his tires, weaving from left to right as they go through turn 1 and 2. As it's side by side between the Haas and the Mercedes. The Haas has cut the inside into turn 2. And also fighting is the Racing Point and Alfa Romeo jockeying for 8th place, it looks like. As we all go through, it's very clean as of right now, but not anymore as he cuts the corner after being pushed wide by Jonah G. Now through the Lesmas we go. AMCF 33 manages to stay ahead as we all head down. There's no DRS at this moment in time. But Shender doesn't really care, as he's really trying to get this place from King Enzo. As they exit out of Ascari, he's going to have Slipstream, but look at this, Marcus also coming at Shender now, as Shender's picking up Slipstream, and they've come together in a massive crash for Shender and Marcus. Marcus, major front wing damage, and that brings out the safety car, and a massive crash for 2nd and 3rd place. Oh my goodness me. So let's see the replay. Oh, I just didn't see him. King Enzo's a sitting duck right now to the Mercedes, the TRT Foss, who is about to take the lead of the Italian Grand Prix if he can get this move around Parabolica, which he does. The crowd are going mental as he takes the lead. As now King Enzo may lose another place to the Red Bull. Melvin around the outside at turn 1. He sends it on him. And can he get a better exit? It looks like he can. And he gets ahead. Also getting ahead is Batboy, who is coming up into the podium places. This is a horrendous lap for Enzo. AMC F33 going for another move. He's been doing absolute wonders this race after his earlier crash, and he is back up into the next place. Now AMC F33 is going to go to the inside of Jonah. Jonah G sticks it around the outside at Parabolica. He's going to make this move a lot harder for AMC F33 than I think that Aaron may have thought it would have been. Down the straight we head. Neither of them has slipstream. They both have DRS, so that minimizes both of their advantages. The AMC F33 has the inside line, but he's not side by side enough to make a move, but he gets a great exit. They're side by side. There was a crash through here last season, but they get through cleanly this season. Now, down into the next braking zone. AMC F33 is about half a car length in front. Side by side, and he's been put into the barrier. AMC F33, he's been doing wonders, and now he is out of the race as that front tire just completely shears off. And you could hear that he is very angry about that. And this is the second time that he's hit the wall today. But after the first time, he was doing absolute wonders to fight back. But all that good work has been undone. What a race this is turning out to be. And now we are about to get underway once again behind. Look at that. Batboy fighting Lewis once again. Down into turn 1 to 2. In the lead are fighting once again as well. But through turn 2, Enzo has that inside line and he gets ahead of Batboy. Will Batboy lose out to the car behind? I don't think he will, because the car behind is a little bit too far back. Through the long right-hander. They're all keeping it very clean. As of right now, around the outside goes Batboy, but he can't get the move done right now. But he also gets passed by the Haas and the Ferrari. And I'm sure that the Tifosi will be very happy if the Ferrari can pull off this move to the inside of Lesmo number 2. And he gets ahead of the Alfa Romeo. And George in the Mercedes and Renault in the Racing Point are going side by side. And also going side by side is the Alfa Romeo, who spins round and hits the barrier. And Jonah G has lost his entire front wing. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if he retires from this race. And that is so unfortunate for him. Down into turn 1. Around the outside goes the Renault. Can the Haas go for a switchback move? Yes, he can. He gets a great exit. They're side by side, almost touching as the Renault is weaving around the long right-hander. They make contact. One's on softs, one's on mediums. Usually the mediums come out on top if they are fresher, but on the exit, both tires are very good at this stage in the race. But through Lesmo 1, the Haas has got a great inside line on him, but he can't do it just yet. He does get a good exit though. He wiggles a lot though, and that will stop his chances. An absolutely masterful drive from TRT Foss. He was in a league of his own this race. He takes the victory from Melvin. Then comes King Enzo. Everyone coming around Parabolica now. The Racing Point goes very, very wide, and the McLaren lets him back through. And Lewis will take a measly 10th place, but that will switch to 9th place due to penalties to cars ahead. And that was not a good race from Lewis, but a great race from TRT Foss. Melvin takes driver of the day. They all come out on the podium. TRT Foss wins today after missing a race last weekend. Now what does this do for the championship? Lewis took a great lead against TRT Foss, but this will definitely close that down to only a couple points. This should get very exciting in the coming races. TRT Foss wins from Melvin. Then comes King Enzo. Then comes National Cheeto in the Haas. Then comes the Mercedes of George. He did a decent job today. A few mistakes from him, but other than that, very good. Ren comes next. Then Jonah G. Then comes the BWT Racing Point of Renault. Lewis comes ninth.